Welcome back. I'm super serious. If you haven't watched the first video yet, I recommend you take a minute just to pause this video and go back and watch part 1 first, because you're gonna get to know what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, why I'm doing it, and it just sets up a lot more context about what you're about to see in this video. Yeah, in this video, I'm just gonna skip all the needless filler bullshit. So without further ado, let's just get started with the video. I hope you enjoy it, and thank you so much for watching. All right, so prep was really simple, as you saw just now. There really wasn't that much to do, and so I was feeling really good about everything at this point. I figured, oh, this is gonna be so much better than day one. Now, but this next part, so I'm supposed to fry some rice. I'm supposed to puff the rice for this next part, and it was honestly one of the most miserable experiences I've had this year. All right, maybe not that miserable. I've had a lot of miserable experiences this year, right? But yeah, this next part really fucking tested me, and you'll see all the disasters that unfold here. But I really briefly considered just scrapping this entire project, like for real. I was about to give up here. So yeah, really bad experience incoming. But yeah, let's just see how it goes. Okay, so my first fuck up was that I was underprepared. I didn't use my cooking thermometer in so long that I didn't realize it was out of batteries until I was already ankle deep into the situation. I had started cooking, and yeah, so at this point, I wasn't really sure what to do here. I didn't really have that much experience deep frying things, so the thought of raw dogging this process without a thermometer sounded kinda risky to me. I was honestly just debating calling it a day here and maybe just resuming again tomorrow once I got some new batteries. But then I thought, you know what? I'm here chasing a dream. I'm not gonna let some dead batteries stop my ass. So my plan here was to just drop individual pieces of rice into the oil and watch for it pop. I figured if it's popping, must be hot enough, and I'll just gauge the temperature that way.
A few moments later.
Oh, it's working!
Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm.
Okay, you know what? Fuck it. Oh my god.
I was being a total moron here. In my excitement over my test batch finally popping, I impulsively just dumped the remainder of my rice straight into the oil. And, you know, for those of you with some experience deep frying things, you can probably already see how I fucked up here. I'm pretty sure dumping in too much rice at once caused the temperature of my oil to drop too much, because what was initially working really well quickly stopped working entirely. And you'll see that most of the rice just ends up slowly browning instead of popping as expected.
I fucked this first batch up so bad.
So you can already see how I maybe had a 10% success rate here, probably less. But at this point, I felt like I got some practice in, and I was feeling pretty confident. Like, if I try this one more time, I think I can nail it. So I'm gonna do it one more time.
Alright, attempt number 2. Fuck. This is like... This better be worth it. Alright, I want to do this as quickly as possible, so I'm just going to use that little oil.
Alright, well, here I am, being a fucking idiot, not learning my lesson. just choosing to use less oil than before, which, you know, actually made temperature control so much more difficult. But again, I'm a fucking idiot. I couldn't immediately tell when I was actively doing the frying, but watching this footage back now, it's pretty clear that, you know, there's nothing in the pot, but you can see how the oil is smoking. There's literally blue smoke just bellowing out of my pot. So I only realized this after I started smelling the smoke, and, you know, I was just thinking, God damn it.
Oh, it smells burnt as shit though.
So here I was breathing in all this carcinogenic smoke, but at this point I was just too emotionally exhausted to care. I just wanted to power through this as quickly as I can, so I just kept frying and kept going.
Okay, you know what? I'm done. Fuck this. I'm done. We're done. We're good. We got what we need. We have enough.
So I had maybe a 50% success rate on batch 2. You can see there's clearly some burnt, like literal charred pieces in here. So I did what any self-respecting man would do. I bust out my chopsticks and painstakingly started picking out the burnt pieces one by one. And yeah, the unironic nature of this scene of this Asian picking at rice with chopsticks is not lost on me.
Okay.
I edited out most of the painful parts, so I know it looks like it went by really quick, but I can honestly say this was one of the most miserable, hot, smoky, frustrating 40 minutes I endured in a long time. Like legit, I was on the verge of fucking quitting here.
Alright, whatever. Seems thick enough to me. Slowly drizzle it in. You know what? Fuck it. They say slowly. I don't got time for that.
Yeah, so ChatGPT told me to incorporate the butter slowly in here. So, you know, I just went ahead and YOLO'd it and just dumped the entire butter in. You know, this was another mistake because it caused my Hollandaise to split, but at this point, I was just too exhausted, too hungry to really even give a shit. I just wanted to get past the finish line.
I think I fucked something up. Oh.
Thankfully, adding the kimchi helped everything re-emulsify, so it didn't really matter in the end.
Whatever. Hopefully the kimchi will emulsify again. Okay, I'm done. Somehow I've completed it. Fuck. Hollandaise. this thing that ruined my day. It's done. That was a battle with myself. But it's done. It's done. And I'm honestly proud of it. I am honestly proud of this. Look, it looks pretty. It looks like Eggs Benedict with a Korean twist to it. Oh no, this is what it looks like.
All right, in hindsight, it kind of looks like shit, but whatever. I don't give a fuck.
I wouldn't normally do this, but that was so much more difficult than it needed to be. Let's see if it was worth it. Allow me to dig in. Honestly, this is 1,000 times better than the dish from day one yesterday. It was 1,000 times better than the gochujang miso carbonara that I made last night. It's just a much more complex dish. It's good.
This dish really was an elevated version of an Eggs Benedict. Flavor-wise, in the Hollandaise with the kimchi, you got some tang and some spice that you normally wouldn't get. And texturally, there's some crunch that's normally not there from the puffed rice, and that added chewiness from the karetok. This dish really was a joy to eat.
This is really good. I love it. I thought I would hate it. It was such an emotional battle making that food. It was twice as hard as the gochujang miso carbonara that I made yesterday. There were so many different steps, so many different components that had to come together. But at the end of the day, if you're asking me, was it worth it? It was totally worth it. This dish is really good. I expected to hate it. All right, let me finish this other guy. My final verdict on this is an 8.5 out of 10. And I think it could have been a 9 if I just executed a little better. I think this would be a solid 9. This is really good. Wow. Okay. Yeah, so if I had my own restaurant, this is something that I would certainly want to serve as a breakfast food item at my own restaurant. Everything about it worked really well. I was a little worried about the rice, just because, man, that was just the worst part about it. But it adds a different kind of texture that you wouldn't normally expect from an Eggs Benedict. And then there's like this It's almost, it kind of tastes like popcorn in a way. It has like a popcorn, like umami, like slight umami flavor with a little bit of crunch. The kimchi hollandaise is really good. If I had to say something bad about it, the karetok, the rice cake medallions on the bottom, they were a little too chewy for my liking. But I think that's the problem with the actual rice cake itself, not the actual like choice of ingredients, because I stored the karetok overnight, and I think it screwed with the texture a little bit. So by the time I was finishing the second egg Benedict, you know, my jaw was beginning to hurt because it was just so chewy. But overall, it was excellent. Definitely, I'm impressed by ChatGPT. All right. On to the next one.